everybody doing today? So we've been cold for 10 or 12 days now. Had a couple warm days after we planted this. We're in the 60s now, and I'm gonna call that some sunshine. And we didn't have any emergence until this morning, and we're starting to get these guys up, and it's pretty cool. We're getting the pattern that we want. You see this guy over here, these guys all the way over here. So I've been out here explaining why we wanted the birdshot pattern, and we have to know the context of the situation. We built our first barn in 1997. I was a sophomore in high school. So 20 years now we've been building up, especially this ground just a 9-iron away from it. So I've been looking for a way. We have to spread in the fall, and we kind of chase our tail there. We want to apply enough for next year's corn crop, but we lose so much free ammonium and our ambient soil levels are so high. How can we apply and exhaust the fertility and not really bring that up, lower our line requirements, and environmentally not lose that nitrogen? When it's going through the tile, not only does it hurt your bottom line, but it's not good for all our neighbors out here. And we're in a situation where you can't get a new permit. You have to build a barn right next to your other barn. They're wanting to build new barns with the cheap feed prices. So I'm just looking for a better way. And this plot right here, that's my house. This is about as good a ground as we got. Flat black, no trees, a lot of mains. This is drained well. This had 107 bushel beans and 330 bushel corn this year on the plot. And now we're following up with the relay system, not only here but in another field. But this is bottom line, to just see how much we can get out of this soil. And what we did is made a manure injector slash seeder. And if you've seen it, we just used a Gandy box and basically spread that weed out at about a 16-inch pattern, injected the manure down here about 6-7 inches. That's good stuff there. And we incorporated the wheat seed. We've got anywhere from the surface to about 4 inches deep. Now, what's important is what's relevant, and we won't get every single seed to do exactly what we want. Some of these up shallow will probably winter heave, some of these too deep probably won't come, but we've got plenty enough stand in the pattern that I'm talking about. This is all about plant manipulation for relay cropping and exhausting that nitrogen. So we're gonna, anytime we're really cold in October, the weather pattern, Mother Nature has a pretty good chance of balancing itself out. I think we're going to get some warm weather. We're really going to start to get extreme tillering with this wheat. Even though we're late, we have to do it late on purpose because it's so hot, putting that manure next to that seed. If we do it too early, we'll have knee-high wheat, which won't overwinter, and it's opening the door for all kinds of disease. And we have some challenges with the relay cropping. Here I got a radish right here. This is what's growing in between the rows. You see they're about 14 inches long now. And these are my little minions. These are luggage. And these roots, you can't see them. They're hair-like underneath. They'll come over here along with the worms and migrate into that manure injection site. And this will get as big as my thumb if it's not killed by Christmas or so. But when they're small, it takes multiple days below 15 degrees to kill a small radish. A big one will have a massive heart attack, but these small ones stay here. And I've got some wheat or oats in here as well to kind of get that mycorrhizal started up. So the plan is here, we've got about 30 pounds of wheat. We're going to get this extremely big wheat bush that's going to have complete access. The wheat roots aren't it's so large, it can't go side to side. Nitrogen really doesn't move side to side. So placing that down below, this whole 16-inch strip will have access to that manure, grow this ginormous half circle, and then we'll come out here extremely early and plant soybeans in between these wheat rows. And because we're so wide, you have to look at the economics of this. We're not going to be able to get 120 bushel wheat in 60-inch wide rows. But as far as the cost of production, there's 4 million gallons of manure underneath our barns, and we can do anything we want with them. The economics come is when we put those nutrients to better use. So putting 30 pounds of wheat in manure, you're talking about $15 worth of seed. We've got about $12, $13 in the cover crop, and we'll grow a wheat. Let's say we're at 70. Well, if we're $200 less on the cost of production as your normal, we're talking 35, 40 bushels before they're the same amount of profitability. But it's a system. It's about compromise. And by going so wide, our solar angles will not be blocks for the soybeans. We can plant them early. They're not going to grow rank or tall and spindly. They're going to stay short, get very big. I can lower the population tremendously. I'm going to try to shoot for about 110,000 population with the soybeans. Get these stock bushy soybeans. And another thing we can do so wide, we don't have to worry about the encroachment of the wheat. That was one of the problems we had last year. The wheat became so vigorous that we had to kind of tame it down with some palisade to kind of bring it back. I should be able to just let it do its thing and be able to cut it with the draper head a little bit taller this year. And then our schematics were 120 inches here between that guy and that guy, so we can take duals off the combine, put a 24-inch tire on there and run right down that and cause zero traffic damage. And then the beautiful thing is we're going to corn. Next year we get 3 cash crops in 2 years, and it's not just the radishes, not just the wheat or the soybeans, the volunteer wheat, all has living roots out here along with the manure, and we just really shoot an arm in our biological activity, improve our infiltration, improve our organic matter, and I'm going to try to do everything I can out here to try to raise 400 bushel corn here in the next 5 or 10 years. But we're never going to do that with existing horizontal tillage lines or anything like that. We've got to get roots down deeper to keep a crop healthier. So that's what this plot right here is all about. You know, the goal is 70, 80 bushel wheat, and I'm going to try to get 90 or 100 bushel soybeans out here. I think I can do it with the CECs, with the organic matter that we have to work with out here. So anyway, it's coming up. There's a lot more coming that you don't see that's spiked yet. Plenty of seeds down here. And when this thing starts tillering, it's going to be pretty cool. There's worms everywhere just migrating to this injection site. It's just food to them. So give this, we're going to be really warm the next 4 days. It's going to get up about 73 or 74 Sunday. So I think this will be a plush carpet come next week, and be pretty exciting. One thing that we're definitely going to have to do next year, there's a huge difference between the middle shank and then the ones that was on the tire. I have a little bit more cloddy action out here. Might have a thinner stand. We can fix that problem pretty easily. It might be a good thing. We'll see how that works out. Anyway, good day.